Welcome from the Car HMi Detroit 2016. I'm Christina from we.CONECT, and I'm really happy to be with Peter Roessger, who's the CEO and founder of Beyond HMI. Peter, so good to have you here, and welcome to the conference.
Thank you for having me here and for allowing me to present myself and what I do here. My name is Peter Roessger. I'm an HMI guru, HMI expert, HMI punk. Punk means that I always have a different kind of mindset towards how to do things and how to realize HMIs and how people are. And this is what I'm delivering with my company. I'm doing a lot of strategic work in HMI, usability, user experience. I have customers from the automotive industry, OEM, first tiers, consultancy companies, and I help them develop strategies in HMI, how to set up infotainment systems, telematics, complete car interiors. I do a lot of market research things. I also have non-automotive customers and PC software and consumer devices and smart home devices. My message is to deliver as much value out of technology as possible by taking the user into account at a very early stage and then doing a user-centric process that delivers a great product that convinces people, that is easy to use, that is fun to use, that makes life better.
And the event actually started last night with the icebreaker roundtables, and you presented one roundtable, or you moderated one roundtable regarding HMI challenges and autonomous driving. Do you mind giving me a few insights into that and share your feedback that you received during the icebreaker roundtable?
Well, the very end of autonomous driving is what we call level 5 autonomous driving. When you enter some kind of vehicle, some kind of people mover, you just one way or the other communicate your destination to the vehicle and it takes you there. And this is what many people believe is the next step in autonomous driving, which is not true. There's a lot of work to do until we're there. There's a lot of problems that we have to solve in legal and technology and infrastructure and teaching people and safety. So we are on level 3, level 4 at the moment, which means that the driver has to take over in certain situations. And level 3 and level 4 basically differ in the takeover times. So level 3 is we talk about seconds, and level 4 we talk about minutes. And yesterday we discussed various aspects of level 3 and level 4 takeovers, bringing the driver back into the loop. How do we do that? How do we communicate with the driver? I mean, if you have a level 4 autonomous car, you can lean back, you can check your mails, you can have your tablet with you, you can read a book, you can even sleep if you want to, right? Because the vehicle does everything for you. At the very end of the day, you will have to be back in the loop in a critical situation. And how can we design this? How can we bring the driver back into the loop? Which of the channels is the right one that we use? Is it acoustic? Is it haptic? Do we have to rattle the seat? Do we have to beep? And then we face the problem that people have to build up a mental model of the situation awareness in a very short time frame. Because if the car says, okay, please driver take over, it's usually a critical situation. It's a decision the vehicle cannot make by itself. Either it's the end of the infrastructure, which is foreseeable, or it's a damage in the infrastructure, which is maybe not foreseeable. But anyway, you will put the driver that is in deep sleep or busy in answering mails right into a situation where he's not used to make decisions. And those were the issues we discussed yesterday, how to solve that, how to solve that, how to find out, or how to contribute to the car interior to make that possible. At level 5 it is, you gain a lot of time. You waste a lot of time in traffic, you stand there, and I think it's the worst thing in life you can do. You have a limited lifetime, and you stand there and do nothing, but you still have to keep your focus on the road. And suddenly, you get time. And what do you do in this time? A lot is like playing games, wasting time on Facebook, communicating. But I believe what we can really do is work in vehicles. So I think the work aspect is totally underestimated. Imagine you get into your car in the very early morning, you know you have a 90 minutes commute. But you already check into the internet, you check into your mail account, your boss knows, all right, she's there. She will do work while she's moving around. Yeah. You know, that will add really value to your life, that will add high quality time to your life, and it will allow you to return earlier from the office in the afternoon and spend time with your spouse and your family.
That's really exciting. I'm definitely looking forward to those developments. And I'd also like to talk to you about the World Cafe Roundtable discussion you'll be leading tomorrow afternoon. And you'll be discussing how to assess HMI and user experience quality in a lab and in the wild. Tell us a bit more about that, and what feedback or insights are you hoping to get?
It's basically about usability testing. How do you test? How do you get data from your users, from real end users, from people interacting with your systems? And there's a lot of discussion going on about laboratory testing versus real road testing versus ethological testing. I mean, laboratory is clear. You have a totally defined situation. You have exactly the same situation for each of your subjects. You can reproduce things. You can lead people into traps, but it's not natural. Yeah, you can force people into situations they would never be in if they had the choice not to be in. So that will happen more on road tests. The problem is, it's not really reproducible. Sometimes there is traffic, sometimes there's no traffic, sometimes there's a car in front braking, sometimes it's not. So you have these problems, but it's a little more natural. But you still force people into non-natural situations. So imagine you drive around and you ask people, okay, type in a destination now into your navigation system. But this is not something they would do if they were alone. That is where you have the ethological testing. You just go out, watch people, what they do, and you do not interfere with them. So you get a very natural feedback, but it's not at all standardized. So people do different things, and people have different situations they are in, and so you have different qualities of data by the different methods of collecting data. And I want to discuss with the participants, it's one of the aspects I want to discuss, which is the right way to do this. Another aspect is, does it make sense to use a custom-made method to collect data, or shall I use a standardized method? So if a standardized method like the TLX from NASA or the ES2S from the system usability scale, then you can compare your data with others. Yeah? But you have a very, very generic test. You know where you are on a, let's say, 0 to 10 point scale or 1 to 10 point scale, but you do not know, why do I have this result? And if you have a custom-made method, you know exactly where it comes from, but you do not know where am I compared to others. Yeah? And again, this is something, everything has pros and cons, nothing is free in life, and so you have to pay a price. And I'd like to discuss those things with the participants on how can we collect data and on a high quality level.
That sounds really exciting, and I think there'll be definitely challenging times ahead of us. But for the moment, thank you so much for your time. Really appreciate you sharing your insight with us, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the conference.
Thank you for having me here, and I totally enjoy it, and thanks for the opportunities.
Thank you.